If you're fighting someone else, you can get away from that person, but fighting yourself, you can't get away from it. My name's Shivone. I'm from Mauritius originally. Grew up there until the age of 21 and then moved to the UK. I'm 33. My pronouns are she and her. When I was younger, very young, I was basically like maybe 5, 6. I loved the stuff girls used to do. I was not as much interested with the boy stuff, but every time I would go and be like, oh, I want to try nail polish, or I want to try this, or I want to try that, my parents would constantly be like, no, you should be acting this way and behaving that way. Obviously, I come from Mauritius, which is very, well, now it's not the same, but back then it was very rigid in their way of thinking. Then I grew up until the age of 18, 13, all along my teenage years. Those thoughts kept coming back. I'd be jealous to a certain extent, but the constant reminding that I wasn't allowed to do that made me feel like I was doing something wrong. So I kind of repressed it for a very long time. And when I turned 21 and we also moved here, I started seeing different people and I saw people that I could relate to. And I started understanding a bit why I was feeling that way. And because of all that fear that was installed in me, I didn't say anything for a very long time. And it's only during the first lockdown when I saw a lot of people kind of dying and everyone was just saying it's going to be the end. There wasn't the vaccine out yet or anything. So I thought it was the end. I thought everyone was just going to die. So I was like, I don't want to die this way. And I just came out. Me coming out was one of the biggest surprises because I was petrified. I thought I'd lose my friends. I thought I'd lose my job. I was already a head chef back then, so I thought I would lose my job. I thought I'd lose my family. I thought I'd be pushed away by everyone. But to my surprise, everyone took it so well. And I remember the first time going to work, it was a staff party. Someone was leaving. And I went in, all dressed up, makeup and hair done and everything. And I walked in and they didn't even recognize me. But when they did know it was me, everyone was like, oh my God, you look so great and everything. And I was shaking with fear inside of me at that moment. But realizing that I was hiding for so long also made me think I was being a bit silly. I should have just come out. I would have enjoyed way more years of my life if I had done so earlier. And I'd be myself. So it was pretty much a decision I took on my own. I was also 29 back then. So it was my last year being 29, moving to 30s. And I was like, it's new decade starting. So I just took a leap. And I just came out to everyone. To be fair, the way I came out, I just created an Instagram account and just added everyone. Put my picture there, put all my details there and just added everyone. People just accepted. Some of them were sending me pictures of that on my WhatsApp, being like, someone's making a fake account of you. But then I was like, well, guess what? It's not. And to a lot of people, because I am much of a prankster. To a lot of people thought even a year, 2 years after that, I was still pulling off a prank. But then the people that tell me that, I'm like, come on, a joke's only funny when it's short. But it was just a leap. I just took a leap. Do it. I think if you do feel that for all your life, it's not something that's just going to go away by itself. It's not going to stop all of a sudden. And the only thing you're doing is just repressing yourself. And when you're repressing yourself, whether you like it or not, you're putting part of your brain is being used just to block something. And constantly there'll be triggers that would happen where you'd be like, oh, I really like that. No, I'm not supposed to like that. And so it's just a constant battle, which you tire yourself for no reason. So if it is bugging you that much, maybe talk to someone about it before you actually do it, but don't be scared. I don't think it's something anyone should be scared of or even have doubts about if they're okay or not, because everyone's different. Everyone's got their own life, everyone's got their own dreams, and if everyone was the same, it would be very boring. yeah, GenderGP's been great. Like my treatment's been, since I started my treatment, I've got the support, I got help. GenderGP is actually working with my normal GP to kind of like work with my meds and everything, so it's great. It's just been great. They also keep track of my blood results to make sure I'm healthy and I'm in good condition to kind of follow my treatment. So the first time I got my meds, to be fair, so GenderGP, the way I ordered my meds was I got them to prescribe it to an online pharmacy. Everything got sent straight to my door, and yeah, opened it, it had all the how to take it, what to do with it, and there was a treatment plan that came along, so yeah, it was all there. I was obviously very excited, but also you hear stories and you hear people tell you that, oh, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that. And most of the time it's people that aren't transitioning that are commenting on it. And like, oh, it's gonna come with a lot of side effects and everything. But everything comes with side effects. Like, I was petrified to start the hormone treatment because I had heard, oh, you can get this, you can get strokes, you can get X, Y, and Z. But you can die from paracetamol. And it was actually a doctor that told me that. And I was like, you're correct. Yet I take paracetamol. So yeah, and I just got on with it and took the meds. And when I started seeing the changes and seeing that I was way more comfortable with my body and I kind of started looking the way I wanted to look, it just changed my whole persona a bit in terms of like, I was way more confident. I knew what I wanted. I knew where to focus, and I wasn't thinking of thoughts going back and forth. My work was great, to be fair. Like, they knew I was transitioning, they knew all of these things, and they supported me. Like, they gave me free counselling, which the company paid for. They allowed me to dress and be, like, as a chef, I was allowed to have my nails done, which is not normally the case. But yeah, they were very encouraging and supportive, which helped me a lot. I became a better head chef after that because I started trying to understand people and see where they were coming from and why they were doing stuff, rather than, no, if I can do it, you can do it, which is not very human. So I guess in that sense. I also just watch the people and also stop being angry at yourself for not looking the way you want to look. To be fair, hormone therapy is not cheap. It is quite costly. I think that the NHS should help a bit more with that and stop putting people on endless waiting lists. Because that was the other thing why I went with GenderGP. I think it was some people that were waiting for about 5-6 years just to get their initial appointment. And I was like, if I'd gone through that route, I'd still be waiting right now. I'd probably be still with all those bad habits, and God knows how what I would have turned out to be. So how I pay for my treatment is I work for it, and I work, save, and just luckily GenderGP works with my GP. So my GP is pretty cool. She prescribes half of the meds, which brings down the costs massively, and then the rest of it's prescribed by GenderGP. So in terms of that, GenderGP does help to reduce the cost as much as they can. Obviously they're a private company, so they need the funds to keep running, otherwise they'd just close down. But like, I just feel like the NHS should do more. I'm not gonna lie, I did think of that. Because my parents were into the medical field and stuff, I know this. I know the consequences of taking meds, and also I'm very much interested in science, so I do read a lot about meds and stuff and what they do, what they don't do. And yes, you can DIY stuff, but you'll DIY, I don't know, a remote control, try and fix that, that's fine. You're trying to fix your body there. If it's broken, it's broken. I'm not gonna lie, at some point I did think, like, I had friends that were trans, and I even thought of like being like, you know what, can I just get some of your meds and I'll just do whatever you're doing. But everybody's different, like I've said earlier, like each person. Obviously you need to be monitored, which GenderGP does. You need to be followed up. It's also a psychological journey too, because it can, like, yes, it's great to do transition and everything, but that initial first time you're going out there like that, it's very daunting because you don't know what's going to be the outcome of it. So it does have that mental stress a little bit, But then and over time, then you start realizing that it's all okay. If you really want to do it, just go through GenderGP, don't DIY it. Because you can't, even I've been on treatment all this time and I can't tell what to do. I hope they're able to grow even bigger, and they're doing a fantastic job, and I'm so thankful for everything they've done for me. I was a lot less irritated. I loved life a bit more because I was very depressive before that. I basically was a workaholic before that. I'd just throw myself into work just to get away from the whole world. At this point in my life, I go to the gym, I look after myself, I try to eat as healthy, I've stopped smoking, I've stopped drinking, stopped sugar too. But yeah, it's changed me a lot in a better way. I feel I was a bit of a wreck before and I was just spiraling downwards. But yeah, since I started the treatment, it's done me a lot of good. It's put me in the right place, and I've stopped having to fight myself. Because I think if you're fighting someone else, you can get away from that person, but fighting yourself, you can't get away from it. I remember going to bed every night wishing, please, tomorrow morning, please make me wake up and I'm a girl. I remember doing that like every night from easy age of 12 to until I started the hormone therapy.